Okay, hello and welcome back. Brett here with ClickMail.co. In this video, we're going to continue with our uh, AI training. In this case, ChatGPT. Again, this stuff is evolving so rapid. I don't think there has ever been a technology that has evolved as rapidly as this. And by the time you're watching this, there may be new videos posted on a different AI tool that's even better than ChatGPT. But either way, right now, I want to explain and answer the question, what is an AI agent? These are a new development, I would say, in the last 60 days. Now, an AI chatbot is what we have been using as we created our image prompt, and it's generating image. So we're just talking with the chat, and it's like, hey, make an image like this, and it's sure. And that is just sort of an AI chatbot. An AI agent is taking the chatbot to the next level. And an agent is like, you know, you or I, in the sense that, how do I say this? If my wife comes up to me and says, hey, can you please reach that thing on the top shelf? I'm like, hey, sure, no problem. And I do it. And I was prompted and I gave the output and then I'm done. But an agent is something that can act autonomously outside of a direct prompt. So, for example, she would be like, sweetheart, I need you to go to the store and I need you to get this. Then I need you to run to the pharmacy and I need you to get this. And then I need you to go over to the post office and drop this off for a return. And it's okay. And then what do I do as an autonomous agent? I then go and execute a whole bunch of tasks or execute a task repeatedly, go to Target over and over and over and look for the sale on this product and buy it every time you see it. And then I'm just going back and forth to Target 50 times all day long. Thank goodness that's not actually my life. But either way, that is the idea of an AI agent is you give it a task and it will then execute that task in perpetuity without your oversight. And so long again as your prompt is good and it gives context and tone and like all the things that it needs to know and the correct like hookups to other programs even, then you now have a staff employee that completely automates something that a person would have otherwise done. So, for example, what does this look like with content creation? This obviously we're a marketing firm. What does this look like in regard to that? I give it 6 months, and because I can already do this. For example, we have agents right now that I have linked to our Excel sheet. And if you go and you just hit go, you just type in go into one of the cells, the AI will access the keyword in that row, pull it in, it will search Google, create a blog format. What do you want to say? An outline, a blog outline based on that keyword, and then take that blog outline and upload it to a document in a specific folder with the title of the keyword. And so the whole formatting of the article is already done. That is what an agent does. Now, if we had 1,000 rows, when I just highlighted all of them and hit go on all of them, it would just on autopilot create outlines for every single one of those blogs. We could do that right now. Now, what is coming even after that is when it can actually keep a coherent train of thought over a long period of time, which they cannot do very well right now, which is why the outputs are limited to like 500 to 1,000 words. As it is able to hold a coherent train of thought over a long period of time, those output limits are going to go up. And not only that, as they're able to have the processors to actually let people produce that amount of information, that limit's going to go up. So we're going to be able to say, outline the blog, create the entire blog, write it, submit it for review as a draft in WordPress. And then one of us is going to go in and read it, and we're going to make any changes we want and hit publish. And that is going to be blogging in the future. And that's what an agent does. And you could even then say, log into SEMrush, do keyword research according to these parameters, and then write blogs on all of those. And you come in the next morning and you've got 5,000 blogs. Well, then what do you do? Well, now you have to have an AI agent that can assess the blogs as good as you could assess the blogs. And so you can see how this is going to evolve very rapidly. This is what AI agents are going to do. And they are going to very rapidly begin replacing basically every intellectual job that is based on the internet. So for example, I saw an agent yesterday. It's called Rabbit. And what you do is you pull up your web browser, it films your screen, and you take your time and you show it. And this person in the demo video showed Rabbit how to book an Airbnb. And then it said, book me an Airbnb in this place and city and time. And Rabbit went on there, took over their screen, and booked them an Airbnb. So anything that you can do, these things will be able to do. Now, there's going to be some period of time where everybody's training their AI to do stuff, but what's the next step? I train an AI to do something nobody knows how to do, and then what do? We turn around and we sell it, and then everybody's AI knows how to do that. You just download it like a plugin, and everybody's AI can go book Airbnbs. Well, shortly after that, they can do everything, and it just comes out of the box like that. So when I'm thinking as a business owner, what do? I want the AI to do all of my bookkeeping because number one, I really hate doing bookkeeping. And number two, I don't like paying $250 an hour for someone to do that. So AI, here's how to do the reconciliation process in QuickBooks. You do it. And boom, the entire accounting industry just disappeared. Okay, so that is what is 12 months out. That's my estimation. Given that the technology already exists. It's just a question of how quickly people adopt it. So in regard to agents, okay, so we're talking about AI agents. Now, coming in here, we're going to come to, and this is, again, this can change. It'll probably be different by the time you watch this video, but we're going to come to Explore GPTs. This is just ChatGPT's version of an agent. Okay, so ChatGPT, and then we're going to go over here. You can see my GPTs. You can see there's a GPT store where
Sorry, Brett, can you share your screen?
oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you for catching that on the front end. Okay. So we're going to explore GPTs, go back through that here real quick. And when we get here, I'm going to move your guys' spaces a little bit. There we go. And here we have Explore GPTs. And so you can see they're featured. Someone made a golf agent that does something. And you can see we've got some in here. Trending. These are not, I don't think, available in this, but these are ours. Trending, an image generator, Canva. You can literally have Canva do design for you automatically now. So try that and tell me how that goes. And anyway, so you can see Dolly, image generation tools, writing, productivity, there's just all kinds of stuff in here. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and create our own agent. Okay, so we're going to go through how to create an AI agent. And so the first thing, you can create in here and chat with the AI, and it will create the prompt for you. I think this is for kind of people who are a little bit more beginner and maybe don't know how to talk to an AI, but for you guys or anybody else watching this course, you're going to be able to probably make a better prompt than it's going to make for you. So we're going to go over to here, and let's say, church, no, image, we'll say image, thumbnail graphic design, DESI designer. Okay, and the reason why I'm saying this is specific, it is as if it is a staff member at your job. Okay, and we're going to go CM, or we'll go ClickMel, whatever, it doesn't matter. We'll go CM. Okay, description, you can give it a description. We're going to skip it. It doesn't matter. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and write our image description. And so can I paste this? There we go. You're a prominent food blogger. We're going to say you are a prominent Protestant, P-R-O-T-E, Protestant Christian church marketer for the website clickmill.co. So we're making a graphic designer for ClickMill. Okay. And when I say graphic designer, I mean this can actually be in place of someone's job who makes graphic design. And I actually say that my mentor went to school. His degree is in graphic design. And I was showing him before he got into this, because I actually showed him a lot of this and trained his team on a lot of this. But when I showed him the graphic design, he was like, that is incredible. He goes, it would have taken me days to do the airbrushing that would have been needed to make that possible. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what an airbrush is. I still don't know what that is. But when I mean this is graphic design, I mean this is stuff you would have had to pay hundreds of dollars or more for a graphic designer to make from scratch. And this can generate it in seconds. So when we're talking about value, that's what you're looking at here. So it is a graphic designer. Your goal is to create, okay, so it's not going to do 4, but in the future, I'm sure it will create real to life, hyper real image. Okay, so we're going to say create a image in wide format of, okay, and then we're going to say to help the reader of the website perfectly visualize the, what am I saying? The subject provided to you by the user. Okay, so now what are we talking about? We are giving the AI agent an instruction that it is now understanding there is a user and it may not be you. Okay, now if you're in our corporate account, actually, if you're in the course, you have access to, I think, all of our AI agents that we use here at ClickML. So we'll make sure those are available in these lessons for YouTube script generation and sermon outline creators and worksheet makers and like the whole thing. It's crazy. My favorite one is we have one where you take a picture of handwriting, and I have yet to see handwriting it can't read. And my friend Juke's handwriting is pretty awful. Juke, I love you. And I already said that to your face. But he's like, there's no way it's going to be able to read my handwriting. We're taking pictures. 100%. It read his handwriting better than we could read his handwriting. He can't read his own handwriting as good as ChatGPT could. So, and then it outputs that in text digitally. And he has hundreds of pages of notes on apologetics books. And so that enabled him to just take pictures, and then it just poofed into digital text. So you think about who even knows how many hours that would have taken to hand type. The old people way. I heard someone say that typing was the old people way. Anyway, all right. Hyperreal in wide format to help the reader of the website perfectly visualize the subject provided to you by the user. And we're going to say use exactly 0 words in the image or in your text output. Haha. So now, in theory, it will not give us text in the output. We just want a picture, and that might polish it a little bit. Okay. So one of the other things we can do outside of the description is conversation starter. So if I'm looking to start a conversation with the AI, I could say, tell me about, Madagascar. Okay. Exclamation, that's not spelled right, but you can create up to 4 of these, I think, and they'll just populate up here above the text box, and that'll just prime it to go ahead and start talking. And so sometimes that's helpful. In this case, we're going to give it dynamic information. Okay, now, in addition to the agents, you can also upload a knowledge base. So, for example, with our church growth and marketing, AI, I went through all of our articles and pulled every article and all of the ebooks. So I've got like probably 400 or 500 pages on writing that we've done and I've done on church growth and marketing. I dumped it into a Google Docs file, downloaded the file, and uploaded it in here, and it will default to the information in its knowledge base. So here, if I want to upload a file, you just click upload a file. And then, for example, here, in our blog writer, I've also been experimenting by putting in Google Search Quality Rater Guidelines, which is Google explaining how to rank #1 on Google. These are the requirements. And so what I was telling ChatGPT in the instructions was check the Google Search Quality Rater Guidelines for how to rank #1 on Google, then do research on Google for the top 3 ranking articles and see how they do it, and then write an article that'll rank #1 on Google based on all that information. Okay. So we can upload knowledge bases into these agents and tell them specifically what we want them to do. All right. So I'm going to take this out because this is just going to confuse it. It has nothing to do with an image, but you can have up to 10 documents right now. That will basically move to infinity and beyond. And then beyond that, let me think. Beyond that, the word count is like the pages you can have in these articles is like well over 100,000 at this point. So you're basically unlimited in length at this point, as far as I understand. So I'm going to remove that. You can add those in there to customize the training. So your custom train sounds super fancy. I custom trained in AI. I just uploaded the document. It's not that great. Not that amazing. You give it the ability to browse the web. Do we want this to browse the web? No, probably not. It's just going to make an image. Should we use DALL-E image generation? Yes. Do we need to allow it to output code and do advanced mathematics? No. Now, actions down here, this is a little bit more advanced, and this is going to hook it and do some coding stuff, and this is going to integrate API interfaces from other tools. So if I want to hook it to an email software, or I want to hook it to Google Docs or Zapier, this is the place where I'm going to kind of start integrating some of those tools so it can actually do tasks outside of ChatGPT, even say WordPress. Go into WordPress and post this post. Oh, okay, sure. This is where you're going to make actions in here. And I haven't played too much with that. I've actually done it with other tools. But anyway, so here's what we're then going to do. Let me see here. Looking at my outline while we're talking. Where's my outline? Here we go. What is an AI agent and how to make an agent? Those just became the same video because I talked right through the line. Okay, so we're going to, let me see one more thing. Okay, and so I'm not going to make another video on this, but basically the next step is to test the agent. And we talked about this when we were testing the prompt. Now we're just testing the agent. And in this case, basically the agent is a prompt. And so we're going to say, emit the subject of the, subject of the blog is Christian philosophy. Okay, so we'll see if it gives us a hyperreal image that's probably some old guy with a beard in a dark room with a globe and a magnifying glass. That would be something that would be sort of philosophy-ish. Any questions on this while we're waiting for the output here? Wow. Okay, so like I said with the cults, that is weirdly cultish. Anyway, so if we, let's say, don't like this image for any particular reason, maybe it's the wrong style, what we're going to do then is we're going to come in here and we're going to edit the instructions. I don't like that image though. You'll see that grays out because it's no longer pulling from the same instructions. I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to save it. And now when I save this agent, I can say anyone with a link, anyone at ClickMel, only me. I'm going to have to go ahead and move them all to anyone with a link. So users and subscribers here can go ahead and use all of our agents for their work. But right now we'll just say with this one, since we're not probably going to keep this one, but anyone at ClickMel. And then what do? I saved it. Now I go ahead and test it again and say Christian philosophy. And maybe I should have said like ancient Christian philosophy or something like that. Whatever, doesn't really matter. We're just kind of playing around. Yeah. Anything else while we're waiting?
I don't understand that affinity of, I don't even know how to, how to name this thing. It's not even a cult. I don't know what it
is. It's weird. Now, see,
a cult to a tree.
That's pretty cool.
So weird.
That's all right. This one right here is cool. I don't really know what's on the cross. It's like a little metal Jesus or something, but hey, I don't know what this has to do with Christian philosophy, but I like the image broadly speaking.
It looks like an alien on the cross.
The thing on the cross. So, we could say, hey, take the thing off the cross, Christian philosophy. I don't know what this is doing, but Anyway, so you just, and again, we're just training it and tweaking it and updating the instructions until we consistently get, and again, this is normal, but until we get the types of outputs that we want consistently. And so this is how we train an AI agent. And what I'll do over here is, for just a second, we will go ahead and we're going to scrap this one. And I'll pull up one that maybe we've got a little bit better results with. I was working on a math tutor with someone here. Let's go to the video outline. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over. We'll just go clickmail.co/church vision statement. This is always the one I use as an example because it just shows up first. We're just going to take this whole thing. We're just going to copy this whole guy here. And let's say I want a YouTube video outline on this, and you guys kind of know this. I'm going to put this in here, and it's going to create that YouTube video outline based on the text. But let's look at why. So I'm going to come to my GPTs. And where is that video agent? Right here, video outline. And I'm going to edit the agent. See if we have something. Follow the instructions below exactly. So there we go with the specificity. You will be triggered to output in one of two ways. Okay, so now this is telling it you're going to start outputting information based on one of two inputs. Okay, so what are those? You will begin with what is provided to you and follow instructions from that trigger option. Trigger 1, if the user provides context and information in the conversation, do not use your knowledge base and proceed to step 1. So you see I'm organizing the flow of its thinking. So here, if I go ahead and I dump in that whole blog, it is going to trigger with option 1 because I gave it context. Okay. Trigger option 2, the user will prompt you with a topic. Okay, so whatever it is, say atheism or evolution or, whatever the topic is. I don't know why all these have to do with, oh, I know why. I actually wrote this for Juke, who was making video descriptions on apologetics. Either way. So we'll prompt you with a topic. And so maybe we say church marketing or, how to start a church, whatever it is. And if it's only the keyword, then it's going to review its knowledge base, read what we've written on those subjects, and then proceed to step 1. So in one case, it uses the knowledge base. In another case, it's just going to base it off of the context we give it. Why is that important? Because if I want it to write a YouTube video outline that matches a blog that I've already done a bunch of research on, I don't want it to add other stuff in. I just want an exact outline for that blog. But if we're trying to create YouTube videos out of whole cloth, and I give it a keyword, I want it to reference everything we've ever written and make the best possible video. So I'm giving it two options here so that it's a little bit more multi-purpose. Does that make sense? Anybody? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Okay.
It makes sense to me.
Cool.
Yes, it does.
Cool. Okay, so step 1, provide 10 title ideas for viral educational Protestant Christian apologetics videos. So here, see, we're not doing apologetics videos. Viral Christian marketing. Maybe we'll just leave it open. Viral Christian videos will allow it that room because who knows what we're going to use this for. Videos with 70 characters maximum length. Why? Because YouTube videos won't show the title if it's over 70 characters. So that's a little bit of search engine optimization in there. Once you have provided your suggested, okay, so I've got a typo, not that it cares because it knows what I'm saying, but your suggested video titles, you are to ask the user if they approve of one of your suggested titles by saying exactly, and it will quote to us, if you approve of a video, say which number you'd like 1 through 10. Okay, so we'll see that if it works. Then when we select the title we like or give it a title, it's going to then say, when the user provides a number from the list they approve of, use your knowledge base and create a comprehensive, I'm going to take this out because we may not want it to use the knowledge base. We're going to just say, because if option 1 is triggered, so you can see I could be confusing the AI here because I said on one hand, skip using your knowledge base. And then if it did that and then came here, it would then trigger the knowledge base. So I'm going to take that out. Provide a number, provided the number, the list they approve of, create a comprehensive video outline. we'll say for that title. Be sure to use specific sources, cite authors, and books when possible. Use the video outline below. Video outline hook. So we tell it how we want it to hook. And this is based off of what is engaging in YouTube content. So you start a YouTube video in a particular way, and then insert the body. And then if we have an outro or a call to action, we could add that in there as well. But this is the instructions. Any questions on the instructions? Good. Okay. There's not really any conversation starters. It's not relevant. I put a ton of AI training data. I have a file in my folder for all of the data that we use to train AI, which is the content that we've created. Okay, now in this case, we're not doing web browsing, DALL-E, or code interpreter, and we don't need any custom actions outside of the AI. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just paste in that whole article and hit enter, and we're going to go ahead and test this thing and see what happens. I may need to update it because of that change we made. So here we go. Video outline. Oh, see, it did not give me options. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to update this. And we're going to update for anyone at ClickMail. So step one, they should both proceed to step one. So both of the trigger options proceed to step one. And step one is provide exactly. Oh, okay. I don't know why that happened. EXAC. Exactly 10. And so this is kind of like coding. You are trying to create a prompt that outputs what you want consistently every time. And this actually was working really well. I'm not exactly sure why it's not working because we had this thing working consistently for him. Either way, let's go and try one more time. See what happens. Okay, video outline. Okay, so it's just moving directly to the video outline. I think that what is happening is it is assuming, because I took the title of the article. Notice this. This is probably what's happening. Church vision statement, how to create a powerful church vision statement, table of contents. I gave it a title. So I think what it's doing is it's reading the title and assuming I've already chosen one. And now it is creating a video for exactly that title, which actually makes a lot of sense. It's taking my instruction. So it's not even giving me a title, I think, because it's creating this. But either way, so here's the outline. Here's the intro. Are you ready to transform your church community with a vision that ignites passion and purpose? In this video, we'll explore crafting a powerful, okay, so yada, 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 body of the content, which is a breakdown of the article, and conclusion. And it looks like it ran out of text, but it also gives call to actions pretty frequently. But let's just say instead, so we're going to go ahead. I think this is updated. I think it is actually working properly. I think I confused it because I included the title. We're going to start over, remove the context. There we go. I'm doing a fake change in there. And I'm just going to say church marketing. Now, what we should see in this case is it should create the title ideas, but it should also access its knowledge base, because this is the other option, which is option 2 here, the prompt specific topic, and it's going to, okay, so first we should see title ideas. So here we go, title ideas, digital discipleship, spreading the word. Okay, cool. Church marketing. Also, interestingly, this is also going to pull from some of its knowledge on our website. It saves knowledge as we talk to it. So anyway, so you'll see this is the agent outputting as we've asked it. It's going to do 10. We'll select one, and then it will create a video outline. Okay, so let's go with, if you approve of a video, say which number you like 1 through 10. So that is what we said that it would say exactly to us. So let's just go with holy hashtags. That's funny. All right, whatever. We'll do 5. So we'll say 5. And what's it going to do? It's going to execute the next step of the code. And when I say that, I mean the prompt. We're kind of just coding in English, and we're giving it exactly what we want. So we're waiting. See, now it is searching its knowledge base as we've told it to do. And it is looking for information on leveraging social media and spiritual outreach. Now, what probably we would see in here, Sophie, is how I talk about how social media is a strategy and also not the world's greatest thing in the entire world. And so introduction to success, briefly, secular understand. Okay, so see, this is weird. It's now talking about secular success as opposed to Christian and biblical success, stories of biblical success, applying biblical principles to, okay, so and this is why we watch this stuff, because I don't know why it's pulling from this. Because didn't we say a journey from success to biblical fulfillment? So that's got nothing to do with this, which is interesting. So it's not really pulling the right information out of the documentation. So we would say this outline has nothing to do with the title, Try Again. And so this is basically app development when it comes to AI agents. So we'll let it do one more time, and then we'll wrap this video up. Do you guys have any questions? Oh my goodness. And you guys are way over on your time. Any questions here?
So if it doesn't if it still just doesn't give you like what you're looking for, do you just have to keep changing the instructions?
Yep.
So it
Yep.
does.
It's input output. Yeah, you are defining the original input into the complex system. The controller in the middle, which is the AI large language model, is going to take those instructions and filter it through a black box that you don't really know what happens in there. And then it gives you an output. And all you've got to do is just change the input until you get the output that's consistent to what you like. And that's why I say the rules don't matter and the points don't mean anything. The only thing that matters is if you get the consistent output that you're looking for. So you just got to play with it until it works. And so here, expand your, see here, instructions, understanding digital ministry, building an online presence. So this went more of a generic, and the reason why it's not giving us a good output is because I don't talk a lot about social media, as you know, Sophie. But there's not a ton of content in these documents about social media. And so it's sort of taking the other sort of related content and trying to create something out of that. So it is doing its job, but I didn't give it enough data on this particular subject. So we'll go ahead and update this because I think that's actually better than when we started. And that is how to train an AI agent. So I'll go ahead and stop filming. In the next video, I will show you guys, and I know some of you have to leave, but I'll show you how to chain these agents back to back to go through an entire workflow in a couple minutes. It's pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and end there. All right. Kate and Sophie, I'm so sorry. I totally lost track of time there, and I know you guys have to go. You are welcome to take off if you like. And this week, if you guys just think about what would you like an agent to do, and next week we can play around and see if we can't make it. So I made with my friend Juke, who is also a rapper, we made a rap writing agent and based it off of his rap style and a bunch of raps he's written. And I could not get it to work. And he's like, well, put this into it as a single shot or a single example. And I put it in there like 3 lines of rap and said, expand this rap. And then it took that and then expanded it to like 500 words. And when he rapped it for his wife, she's like, wow, when did you write that? And he said, well, most of that's AI. And she couldn't tell which part was AI and which part was his because it was an exact mirror of his Christian rap style. So very interesting. We can pretty much do anything with it. And so if you guys think about something personally or for ClickMel, you know, let's do it. If you got to go, you guys can take off. I am going to go through a whole workflow right now and show how we might chain all of these different agents together like puzzle pieces, like a whole team that you have access to, and complete something. So I'm going to run through that right now, but you guys are welcome to stay or leave whatever you need to do.
I'm gonna go, but thanks so much for tonight.
No problem. Yeah. You have a wonderful evening. Thank you for being here. And
Also,
I
thank you
apologize.
so much for today, but I'm so tired here. It's 11:30 at night.
No,
I
and
just
guys,
realized that since 15 minutes, I almost don't get
Yeah.
anything of what we're talking about. I'm just
that's great. Yeah.
so
You're
yeah.
good to
Thank
go.
you so much, and
Of course.
until next week.
Of course. Hey, see you guys next week. And I know you guys have already got your assignments and everything, so you're set. Thank you so much. And I'm so sorry we're over. That was too far over.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Thank you again. Bye.
All right. Emily, how you doing? You doing all right?
Yes.
Sweet. Any questions on any of this so far?
No, not right now.
Okay, cool. Well, this is the fun part. This is the coolest thing that I think these AIs can do so far, and that's what you're gonna kind of get here. So we're gonna go back, and I'm gonna pause and stop recording. I did not apparently stop recording.